Okay, so taking a look at this, you run around the perimeter of a baseball field. First, we're going to have to find the perimeter, I'm sure, at a rate of 10 feet per second. Okay, so we're going at a certain speed. Which of the following are possible amounts of times it takes you to run around the baseball field? Okay, so we're looking for how long it's going to take us to go around the perimeter. So first we need to find the perimeter. So we're going to see that this is going to be 250 feet, and this is also going to be 250 feet. So at some point, we're going to need to add 500, right? Because 250 plus 250 is 500 to the perimeter. Now, the next piece of this is that we see that this curved piece out here is 40% of a circle, right? So we have our radius is 175 feet. So this is also 175 feet. And we're going to try and find the circumference, right? But this is 40% of the circumference. So this curved piece right here is actually going to be A equals P times by W. So we're going to take A is equal to 0.4 and then times by the full circumference. Okay, that will give us 40% of the circumference. But first we have to find our circumference. To find our circumference is equal to pi times by diameter. We know our radius is 175, so to find our diameter, we have to do that our diameter is equal to 2 times by our radius. So lots of little things that we have to do here, right? Our calculator, we're going to take 175 and times it by 2, and we're going to end up at 350. So we can plug in 350 for our diameter. We're going to then times that by 3.14 to approximate our circumference. That's going to give us 1,099 for the full circumference of the circle. Okay, and now after we're looking at our full circumference of the circle, we know we only need 40% of that. So we're going to times this by 0.4 in order to find 40% of our circumference. When we look at that, we're going to end up with 439.6. So we have A is equal to 439.6. Now, when we're looking at this right here, that 439.6 is just this curved piece out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 500 and we're going to add 439.6 and end up at 939.6 for the full perimeter of the baseball field. Now, we're running at 10 feet per second. Okay, so if we're running at 10 feet per second and we know that we have 939.6 feet to go, right, we can times this by 1 second over 10 feet in order to cancel our feet and figure out how long it's going to take us to run this distance. So we're going to take our calculator and we're going to take 939.6 and we're going to divide that by 10. We're going to see that's going to take us 93.96 seconds to run around this baseball field. So when we're looking at this, we're going to see that if we are going to run this, okay, and we're looking for at least 10 feet per second, meaning we are at our slowest point running 10 feet per second. We could be running faster. That means the longest that it's going to take us to run this distance is 93.96 seconds. So we could be running super fast and go 85. We could be running fast and go 90. Well, we're not running fast enough to, or we're not going slow enough to do any of these two. So we should be able to check our answers, and we are good. Okay, so probably the hard thing to remember at the end here is that we are going at least 10 feet per second, okay, which means that this is 10 feet per second, or the slowest that we would be going. We could go faster than this, which means we would be using a lower number of seconds.